Howie, how you doing?
Hi, guys.
I'm trying to see. You got something cool. What is all that cool stuff in the background? You've got like a green screen you set up and everything
Well,
there.
this has been a studio for like the past 30 years.
Oh,
We
okay.
did your network show out of here.
Uh-huh.
So now I've updated to green screen because that's the way now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think that's awesome. I think that's totally awesome because you were like building studios in your house a long time before people. Me too. So
Yep.
we're the strange generation of people that like studios.
Yeah, and I met Howie pretty much around the same time I met you, Jerry, in 1990 or so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who I met 1st, but I met him at some not radical, but they were like trying to do social justice stuff, and so it's definitely not radical. But it was like, at the time it was radical because nobody even thought about that, or environmental issues for that matter. And this is, I mean, they were obviously, but it was not a common part of the dialogue of the nation. And so I met him at some documentary event. And I was like, dude, we got to work together. So, but in that sense, it was 1996.
Wow. I remember that year well.
Which Howie and I went out and filmed, because we're talking about weed stuff. We went out and filmed a thing called Weedfest.
Yes.
And that was in Cricket Hill in Chicago, which is a
down by the lakefront, right?
Yeah, it's a hill on the lakefront. And at that place, Howie, do you remember what happened there?
Well, there was a stage with music. There were tents with vendors, and there was a few thousand people getting high.
Wow.
I remember up on the hill, there were some private detectives or police detectives, no plainclothesmen. I mean, plainclothesmen, not uniform. And they were just standing there. We were all kind of wondering when they were going to swoop down. But the Cricket Hill filled up. Christian, there must have been 1,000 or more people there. And everybody was smoking openly.
Yeah, but you're kind of off with the numbers, Howie. They said it was 50,000 people showed up.
Oh.
So let's roll this clip and we can talk about it. Jerry, it is clip.
I got it here. Here we are.
There's some of the events. You can see people hanging out. You can see there's a lot of people down there.
Yeah, I was down there too somewhere.
May 13th and 14th. And let's see. I like the artwork there. That was pretty cool. So they had bands on the stage and stuff like this. The little tents. Remember that was set up, Howie? All the tents.
Yeah, that's where you went to smoke if you were paranoid.
Right. Oh no. Well, yeah. They had big tents and then they had little tents. And so in the big tents they were selling things and stuff like this. And this was like
sticker.
Yeah. And it was just this huge event where it was just like a massive coming together of quite a few people that I have never seen like this. I mean, I know this happened in the 70s, Howie, with when you were shooting stuff, but did they come that many in a park back then?
No, this was a real ballsy thing because people were still paranoid at that time because the Chicago cops were still hassling people. So people were kind of like looking around like, what's the guy next to me doing? And as they saw more people openly smoking, they got a little more encouraged. And then you saw more smoking and more smoking. And within an hour or so, there were no cops. There were no authorities.
Here's some guys getting into a tent to get super baked, okay, which I thought was pretty funny. There was like 10 people trying to get into this tent so they couldn't be seen doing whatever they're doing. Anyway, they all tried to fit in there, and then Howie helped them out here by zipping up the tent.
Well, I'm good with zippers.
Yeah, because they couldn't quite zip up the tent, so Howie lent a helping hand. Okay.
Locked them in.
Wow.
Let's see who else is here.
All this activity would never be able to happen right now. You can't go and be that close together, especially inside of a tent and sharing a joint or a bong or anything.
Enjoyed seeing a crowd. It's nice to see it again.
Yeah.
And so let's see, 1 second here. I don't know why I left this shot on. I just burned through this footage today. It was just
how come the time code's on there, Christian White?
So the time code's there because we're trying to find the original masters. So
okay.
I've got 100 boxes back here, and one of them's got the master tape in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just said, this is Abbie Hoffman's son, Andrew Hoffman.
He also called himself America.
Okay. We should probably and he was running a soup kitchen out there. And did he stay in your house, Howie?
No, he had a place to crash already, but we spent some time talking about his dad.
And you filmed his dad in your underground show.
Yeah, him and his mother too. Yeah.
And you did a big interview.
Anita Hoffman is his mom.
Yep. And there he is. We could probably get ready to turn up the audio here in a second. So he was making food for people and stuff like that.
Boy, not much has changed.
No. Oh, here, up the audio here.
Hi, Andrew Hoffman from the Windy City Weedfest. And here talking with
Howie.
Howie.
All right, take it from the top.
Hi, Andrew here from the Windy City Weedfest. Out here in beautiful Chicago, and we're here to fight for the freedom of marijuana across the nation, and we're having a wonderful time. Tomorrow morning there's going to be more people here, so come on down. Okay. You're listening to Earth Network Live, and I'm going to be on later on with Howie to blow your mind and talk about new times and old times and all the right times. So just a little bit about myself. I was just through a trial here in Chicago doing needle exchange, making sure that we keep AIDS off the streets of Chicago, and we were very successful. And it's a wonderful city you've got here, and I like to call it my own, at least as a home away from home. And I'm running a soup kitchen on wheels called America's Soup Kitchen on Wheels. We're out here giving away food, and we're going to be here tomorrow too, so come on down. This is my very own American flag shirt.
Oh, yes, his American flag shirt that he had, Howie.
That's right, it's all sewn together.
It's
very cool.
Interesting because
and on top of it, you helped him unbutton his thing because his hands were all filled with peanut butter. And under that, he had this classic shirt of his dad being like arrested and beat up here.
It's of my father having his American flag shirt torn from his body as he's beaten and arrested by police officers. This picture was taken in New York City, but the same thing happened here in Chicago. More than once, I imagine. I know one of the stories, at least. Now I'm wearing my shirt, and the tradition carries on, and the Hoffman family, and yours too, I hope. We need you.
And here he's getting a whole bunch of joints out of a bag.
Oh, he's a good joint roller.
Remember that? And he's putting it in his pocket.
Throwing them to the crowd, right?
I'd like to welcome to our stage, all the way from Boston, Massachusetts, Andrew Hoffman.
Hello, Chicago. I'm going to be on the radio tonight, so you should all listen and call in. It's Howie's show.
Andrew's going to be live on the radio, so you can call in and talk to him. It's Earth Network Live, 103.1. The show's on from 10 p.m. when this closes till 2 a.m. Andrew's going to be on at 11. Call in.
And we'll talk about legalizing marijuana and feeding the homeless and everything else. I'm here with America's Soup Kitchen on Wheels, and we'll have a free food in your neighborhood soon. Everybody chant free marijuana now! What do we want? When do we want it? Free marijuana!
And there goes the joints.
It only took 20 years to get us to where we are now, right?
Wow.
It's like
That's
Oprah.
pretty-
You
that's
get a
pretty-
joint.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And then she talks about 50,000 people. Okay, well that was Cricket Hill, and the funny part, you can probably cut back to me. The funny part about, well, not the funny part, but like right after that happened, it was kind of like, oh, Cricket Hill's the cool place to come to, and within a week, remember that, Howie?
They tore it down.
Yeah, they totally, like, the city of Chicago was like, nobody's using this place, and it's like they got rid of the field and they turned it into a soccer field and they put up fencing all over the places. Bam.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a good Chicago response. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a cool event.
It was fun.
Yeah. We have a
But
lot of
people
cool
felt
events in
great, though.
Chicago.
It was really good for people to get that loose in public and not be afraid because there were numbers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they didn't want to repeat what happened to Abbie Hoffman, Andrew Hoffman's father. So it would have made bad press.